forecast for the week of March 24th. This week we're going to have the moon going through the section of the zodiac that is related to the soul's course being liberated, the soul being liberated. And it implicates the signs of Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. These are the signs ruled by Jupiter and Saturn. You have two Jupiter-ruled signs bookending the two Saturn-ruled signs. So we have the moon in Sagittarius on Monday, then Tuesday and Wednesday in Capricorn, Thursday and Friday in Aquarius, and then Saturday, Sunday in Pisces, when we have the new moon in Pisces on Sunday. So it's a very transformative week in that sense. This section of the zodiac, as I said, is where the soul becomes liberated. The first section of the zodiac, from Aries until Cancer, those first four signs are about birth. It's about the origin of the universe taking shape. You really see it in the stories of the nakshatras and things like that. Signs Aries through Cancer, there's that story of creation. Then in the signs of Leo to Scorpio, it's about existence, creation. There are two fixed signs, Leo and Scorpio, the two fixed signs. The first section of the zodiac, there are two cardinal signs, which means two initiating signs. Middle section, there are two fixed signs, Leo to Scorpio, fixed, solid life through form. And then the last section of the zodiac, you have the two dual signs that are ruled by Jupiter, the two mutable signs, Sagittarius and Pisces. And then you have the two Saturn signs in the middle. So that last section of the zodiac is about liberation and about returning to the source. And we start with Sagittarius, which is about connecting to higher meaning and purpose and wisdom after the stress and irrational fears and sort of illusory control of Scorpio, because we become aware of all of our fears and our lack of control and our inability to control anything in Scorpio. And that compels us to find a higher meaning and higher purpose in Sagittarius. So on Monday, the moon is in Sagittarius. So it's a great day to connect with your higher teachings. It's a very devotional day. It's in the nakshatra of Purva Ashada on Monday, which is ruled by the god Apis, the ocean. So it's the ocean of love and devotion in Sagittarius. That's on Monday. And like I say, then the next couple of days, the moon is in the section of the zodiac that are signs ruled by Saturn after the hope and inspiration of Sagittarius, which again helps us overcome the despondency and the despair and the, sort of paranoia of Scorpio, because we become paranoid because once we have our whole stake in the world and then we realize that we can't control anything, it really freaks us out, terrorizes us, terrifies us. So Sagittarius helps us overcome that, gives us higher meaning and purpose and greater hope. But that's abstract. We need to bring it into the concrete, which has to do with Capricorn and the Saturn-ruled signs. So first, Capricorn is where we take that hope and inspiration of Jupiter-ruled Sagittarius and bring it into the realism, commitment, maturity of Capricorn. And it's a reflective feminine sign. So it's about facing our emotional stress, the emotional integration that needs to come. We need to take those big philosophies and principles of Sagittarius and bring them into the heart and make a commitment to those things as being structures in our life. And in this way, we take the quality of Saturn, which can be about creating, it's actually about structure, but what is the structure of our life? Is the structure of our life some illusory achievement, accomplishment, monetary comfort, or is the structure of our life something that's more eternal, something more peaceful? Because Saturn ultimately is the planet of peace and silence. And we have no peace until we know the truth of who we are. So taking that hope and inspiration and turning it into an inner commitment where we are willing to grow up, face the truth of life, is the transition from Sagittarius to Capricorn, and we'll experience that on Tuesday and Wednesday this week when the moon goes through Capricorn, and it'll be joined Venus on those days, especially on Wednesday. The moon will be very close to Venus. So we can expect, maybe a little romantic excursion, or, it's a good day for beauty and creativity of all sorts. So then once we make that commitment to truth, that inner expansion, and we connect with the silence within, connect to that silence in our heart, then we're ready to just share, and Saturn expresses his masculine nature through Aquarius, which comes after Capricorn. So, that's what happens once we become mature about life and we grow up and we realize who we are and we've integrated those teachings. Then we want to give. We want to commit to something bigger than just our own personal happiness, our own personal, comfort. We want to serve higher causes, whether they be, cultural or spiritual, some kind of service where our unique identity merges with all identities. And it's really about serving the world, saving the world, and our highest ambitions to really connect with something eternal. We all have a vision that is going to outlast us. So having a legacy, leaving a legacy, doing things that leave the world better than we found it, has to do with Aquarius. And so the moon will be in Aquarius on Thursday and Friday, and it'll be joined Mercury, especially on Friday. The moon will be very close to Mercury, so that's a good day for, finding new ways to do things, ingenuity. It'll also be aspected by Jupiter during that transit. So Thursday and Friday, with the moon going through Aquarius, join Mercury and aspected by Jupiter. Definitely a good couple of days for teaching and connecting with your higher vision, with your higher cause, whether it's something like environmental causes or animal rights or politics or just your local satsang where you serve your spiritual community, taking your individual power and giving it over willingly to a higher cause. Thursday and Friday are good days for that. And then Saturday and Sunday, the moon goes into Pisces after we've connected with the world of culture and we've made peace with the ups and downs, the changes of life, the ups and downs of culture and identity of Aquarius. Then we're ready to surrender from the world, leave the world, and relax into the mystical joy and beauty of Pisces, which is about, that part of us that's not necessarily in the body. We identify very much as a human being, part of the world. That last part of the world is Aquarius, where we merge our individuality with culture and with a higher cause that's bigger than just ourselves. But Pisces is even beyond that. It's where we realize that any kind of, limitation, whether it's cultural or personal or whatever, is all an illusion ultimately. That we are ultimately a spiritual creature of pure spirit, not of form. And the world is also that. So that's the high quality of Pisces, which is also just very creative and loving and devotional. So there's a lot of devotion and love possible over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. In particular, on Sunday we have a new moon in Pisces. So it's the beginning of the Pisces cycle for 2014. And on Saturday, it's Shivaratri, which is the dark night of the 14th lunar day. Krishna Chaturdashi is Shivaratri, so it's a great night, Saturday night, for meditation and negating your own psychology and aligning it with the highest and with a higher cause and a higher purpose, not of the world, but internal, spiritual, metaphysical purpose, to get to know your metaphysical self. So it's a really good week coming up, considering last week was pretty tough with the moon going through that section where we have the Saturn, Rahu, Mars, and then debilitated over the weekend. And by the way, by the end of the weekend, Mars will have moved back into Virgo, so it'll just be Saturn and Rahu in Libra. So it's a big transitional week, but it should be lighter than last week. And so I do daily forecasts. If you want to get 2 weeks of daily forecasts for only 1 penny, you can do that and see if you like being a member of my site. If you do, then you can just stay a member and keep getting daily forecasts where I break down each day in detail based on the Panchanga, the fivefold division of Zodiac. But either way, I hope you have a great week.